So what is up, peoples? Welcome back again to another jump assemble video, and today we're doing another experiment in which who are the heroes that can pass through walls using their skills. But by the way, this is not all of the heroes. I just selected a few that has dash skills into their skill set. Well, anyways, let's just jump right into the training area and let's go. So first we have Naruto post time skip here, the one that becomes QB. We'll be using his third skill, which clones plus a dash. And as you can see, it is effective against dashing through walls, except a few places. If you try to use this in a thick wall, then you cannot succeed it. Well, anyways, it works here. Just choose a specific stone, or just use the right stone or the thin stones. Next up is Boa Hancock. Now this one will also work. As you can see, the range is very high, but again, you can only use this through thin walls, not thick ones. There are some heroes later in this video that can pass through thick walls, but anyway, Boa Hancock, you can use her dash skills into passing thin walls. This is very good for escaping. Next on the list is Nezuko-chan with her ulti plus a dash or like a jump skill, and it can also pass through thin walls, but I think you cannot pass through thick walls with this one. And as you observe, as long as your skill or your skill range, like the circle one here, as long as it can pass through that wall, I think you will have a chance of passing that wall as well. So better keep that in mind if you are trying to escape. As long as your skill set can pass through walls, or the skill range can pass through walls, then you might have a chance to pass through walls. That's it for Nezuko-chan. She is also good. And next up we have Chopper, Ton of 20 Chopper. And I think Chopper can also pass through walls, and especially I'm gonna show it later, you're gonna see it later, but he can pass through thin walls in his normal form. Just use just like the other ones, just choose the correct wall for you to pass in. But if Tony Chopper activated his ulti, then he can pass through any thick walls. So as you can see here, this is the beast form of Tony Chopper, or Chopper, and he can pass through the thick walls if he is on this mode, because the range of his dash skill or his first skill is much longer than his normal form. So I think I have 3 heroes that can pass through walls because of their long ranges of their dash skills. So that's it. Tony Chopper is very good in escaping. So next up is Kamado Tanjiro, and I tried all of the skills, but all of his skills except for the third skill cannot pass through walls. Only his third skill can pass through thin walls, but not thick walls. But it's still good for escaping, because most of the time you just go through thin walls if you want to escape, not the thick walls, just for emergency situation. But all of it, except for a third skill, but except for other skills, you can only pass through walls using the third skill for Kamado Tanjiro. Next is Sasuke's second skill, and in this case, you need to properly place your second skill in order for you to pass through walls, just like if you've seen in this video. Even though his range of his second skill pass through that specific wall, you cannot dash through, but you can use his second skill to dash through these thin walls, like here in the mid lane or like in the jungle lane. You can use that, but here in this semi-thick or semi-thin, you must properly place his second skill in order for you to pass through. But no worries, this very thin walls, you can pass it through. You can also use to pass in these walls in the jungle, as you can see here. And that is Sasuke for you. Next up is Minato Namizaki. Now, no question here, but this one can literally pass through any walls as long as his skills can go through. Even this thick wall, you can pass through it using his kunai and then dash skill combo, because I think Minato is one of the best dash heroes or the blink heroes in the game. So you have Chopper and you have Minato for that the heroes that can literally pass through any walls as long as their skills can go through it, or the range of their skills can go through those walls. So that's it for Minato. Next up is, now we have Megumi. So I tried his basic attack or enhanced basic attack or his passive, in which he also dashes, and if you properly place it, you can also dash using his passive skill. But the catch is, if you are near the enemy, then he will probably target the enemy first rather than dashing through the walls. So you just use this if you are traveling through lanes, or if you are traveling through lanes and try to find a what you call that, a shortcut. But this is risky if you are being chased by the enemies. And of course, his ultimate plus third skill, with his ultimate phase, you can pass through any thick walls as long as the circle is within that range. So we have now Tony Chopper, Minato, and then Megumi for those heroes that can pass through any walls using their skills. Next up is Luffy. Now Luffy, this is the pre-time skip Luffy, the Luffy that has no scar, Luffy that has no haki. And as you can see here, you can pass through specific walls using his first skill, which is dash combo. I tried also using the enhance combo, but his range stays the same even though if he is in the third gear. But as you can see, if you just properly place all of your first skill, then you can dash through semi-thick walls and thin walls, but not that very thick wall. And that's it for Luffy. Next up is, so we have here the pre-time skip Naruto, the Naruto not Shippuden. And there are two dashes or skills that can pass through walls for Naruto. First is his first skill, in which he uses Kagebunshin and also dashes. And this one cannot pass through thick walls but can pass through semi-thick walls and then thin walls if you just place it properly. And so that is his first skill. You can use it to escape, or to travel, or to surprise the enemy. And then the last one that can escape, the last one skill is the Rasengan of Naruto. This one can pass through any walls, thick, thin, semi-thick walls, if you just place it properly. So we have now 4 heroes that can pass through thick walls: Naruto, Naruto's father, Megumi, and then Chopper. So his Rasengan can pass through thick walls, as you can see here. You can use this to surprise your enemy if they are within that thick walls. And so that is it for Naruto. And next up will be, so next up is Andy from the anime Undead Unlock, and this is the last hero that we're gonna be testing today. We'll try to use his third skill if he can pass through walls, and as you can see here, he can pass through thick walls too, as long as you properly place his third skill. Yes, you can pass through thick walls, just properly use his, or properly place his third skill. So we have 5 heroes, I think. We have Andy, Naruto, Minato, Megumi, and Tony Chopper. So that is it for this video. Hope you've learned something and you can use these tricks in your next rank games or in your next games. So if you want heroes that can escape quickly, just use these heroes. You can just neglect using flash skills because you have already dash skills, but there are still some heroes that is very good with flash kill combo even though they have a dash already. So I think that is it for this video. Again, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for the next video. And that is it, guys. Buyers, and thanks for watching. See you in the next Jump Assemble video, peoples. Mama chup chup.